Hi students, a very pleasant and warm greetings to you all. Hope you are doing good. So last session we have completed the introduction of our theory part, right? So today we are going to see what all we'll have in our practicals. Okay, in our practicals, if you see, we'll have 10 practicals. Usually we'll have 10 practicals. Last year the portion was reduced and we had 6 exercises, and I don't know this year how you will have. Mostly you'll have this 10 practicals. If 10 practicals, 10 of these exercises are there, you'll have to learn 5. You'll have either or choices, and you'll have to learn 5. So first exercise will be your page maker exercise. Okay, first exercise will be your page maker exercise. Here you will be formatting a page. In a page you will set the page size as A4, and the number of pages will be 4, and all the readings are given in your question itself, and you'll be creating a new document using the given options. Okay, here if you see, in your lesson, your second lesson is Adobe PageMaker. If you are learning that Adobe PageMaker thoroughly, you will be able to work with PageMaker, and also you will be able to do this program also. The first exercise is a PageMaker with page formatting options. You'll open up a page and you'll give the page size, dimensions, everything, and then you'll be creating a text block using the text tool, and you'll be typing the text which was given and which is given in the question, and you will set the paragraph alignment and shifting to the center, making the font little bigger, everything you will be doing here in this first exercise. And the second exercise is also a page maker exercise. When you are learning the second chapter, you will be having the idea about working with page maker, and this PageMaker creating notice board is the second exercise. This also will be covered if you learn the second chapter of your theory. Okay, so here you will be creating a student notice board. Here nothing, you will be just including a background color. Okay, in background color, if you see, you will give a background color separately, and for the heading you will give a background block separately, and you will color it with black, and you will type the text with text block, and that's all. Okay, this is the notice board creation, and this is also a page maker exercise, and the third one is also a page maker exercise. So if you are learning the page maker tools thoroughly, you will be able to do these 3 exercises. In the third exercise, you will be creating a visiting card. Okay, in visiting card means you all would have seen this business cards will be there, right? Some companies or some HRs will be giving the visiting card only. It will have the name, the company's name will be there, or their profession. If it is a person's visiting card, it will be having the name and their profession, their studies, and it may have the address and mobile number, right? So you'll be able to design the visiting card also when you are learning this Adobe PageMaker. And this third program is creating visiting card using this Adobe PageMaker software. Okay, so here you will be opening the PageMaker as you have seen in the first exercise itself, and here you will be creating the card in the size of a visiting card. Okay, this visiting card size, everything will be given. You can set it in the PageMaker software, and you can design by giving the style. You can give a theme, you can give whatever they have asked in your question, you have to do that. Okay, if you are willing to do a visiting card for yourself or any others also, you can do it using this PageMaker software. Okay, and the fourth exercise is also a PageMaker software. Here you will create a notice board. Okay, it will be like a label, same way only. Inside you will be typing the name, standard, section, school and subject, and you will be leaving the uh, place to fill the name, standard, section, school, subject and all. This step-by-step procedure is given in your book itself. If you are willing to do it now itself, you can install PageMaker and you can try it out. If you are taking this practical page, you can have the step-by-step procedure to do this practical exercises. So you can try it by yourself. It's also, if you're having any doubts, you can ask me. If you are really interested on Adobe PageMaker and work with this PageMaker software, you can just try it out. Okay, so this first 4 exercises are from PageMaker software. Okay, so if you are learning the second chapter, that is Adobe PageMaker chapter thoroughly, you will be finding this 4 exercises easy one. Okay, and the fifth one is a little bit difficult. It's not so difficult. If you are doing it correctly, it's okay. Or if you are committing any small errors in between, you have to do it from the first. That's why I said it is difficult. Okay, so when you're typing, you must type very carefully. Okay, in the fifth exercise is MySQL queries exercise. Here you will be using the commands in this database. Okay, so they have given some commands: create, alter, drop, select, insert, update, and delete. So you will be using these commands and you will be creating a database. Okay, so the procedure also they have given here. This one you have learned the database management. I think it's the third lesson, database management system. So when you are learning the third lesson, you will be learning about this codes, about all these commands, and you will be knowing what is the use of the command also. That's simple only. Create command, used to create. Alter command is used to change the, or it is used to uh, change some database which is data which is present inside the database. Okay, drop means delete. Select means to take the specific data from a big database. Okay, insert means if you want to insert a data inside a table, or if you want to insert a row inside a table, you can use this insert. Update means some data will be there. If you want to add something to it, you can update. And delete option is to delete all the records from a database table. Okay, so using this commands, you will be able to create a database. This is the fifth exercise, and from sixth exercise, if you see, it will be of PHP. So sixth exercise is a basic program of a PHP to display a text, to display a color, or to display a number. You will be using a small function, and you will be uh, doing this basic programming. Okay, that is your sixth exercise. So from in your theory chapter, if you see, from your fifth chapter, you will be starting to learn PHP, and step by step, when you are learning this PHP, you will be able to write the codings of your own also. And if you have interest on how this PHP works, means you can go to W3 schools in Google or any browser, and you can type this coding which is given in your book, the sixth exercise, seventh exercise, everything. You can just type it, and small errors will be there in your if you are having the old books, the small errors will be there. Some comma, some quotations and all errors are there. You can just find it in W3 School's working out page itself. You can change it and you can get the correct output. Okay, the output also they have given, procedure also they have given. So when we are learning this PHP, you will know the procedure. For procedure also they have given in this exercise page itself. When you are creating and executing a PHP variable example program, first you have to start example. XAMPP will be installing in our mobile. So in our laptop, or in your computer. If you are doing it in W3 schools, this procedure and all no need. You can just directly you can type the program, and you can run and take the output. But for your exam, when you are doing, you have to start exam, and then you have to set a path. The folder will be inside C drive, inside exam, inside HT docs only. How to save the file. When you are saving the file, you will save with extension .php. You can give any name .php, then only that will be a PHP file. Okay, and when you are running, you can run or execute the program in any browser, or if you are having Google, or if you are having Mozilla Firefox, or if you are having Internet Explorer, whatever browser you use, you can just go inside that browser, and URL link is there: http://localhost/ and then you have to give the name which you have in which you have saved the particular program. Okay, if you are saving it in name.php, means here you will give name.php, and when you are entering, you will get the output in the browser screen. Okay, so the 6 and 7 experiments we have seen, and this eighth one is also PHP program. 8, 9, 10, everything will be PHP only. And in the 8th program, this is used to create and execute echo and print statements. You know, echo is used to get the output, right? So we'll use echo and print statements here. And then 9th one is string functions. You know what is string, right? String means it is a set of characters. A is a character, B is a character. Each letter separately we'll say it as a character, right? If you are writing ABC together means it will become a string. Okay, so the string will have some functions. If you want to if you have a word called computer and if you have a word called application, computer is a string, application is a string. If you want to add this both, you can use some function. A string catch function, if you are using, you can uh, add or you can join both. String concatenation function is there, you can join both words together. Likewise, to reverse a string, to count the number of words in the string, to display the length of the string, to calculate the position of the string, to replace a text which is present in that string, or to define some string, to change the color of the first character of the word. For everything, we are having separate functions. Okay, we'll say it as string functions. String is a group of characters or a set of alphabets. We'll say it as string. Okay, one alphabet is one character, so a set of character or a set of uh, alphabet, we can say it as a word, we can say it as a string. Okay, and coming back to 10th exercise is converting word to digit. That is, here we will use switch case. As I said you, if you are learning the switch case, if statement, if else if statement and all from 11th means this will be easy. Okay, because here you are having a small chapter, I'll go little fast. If you are knowing this uh, conditional statements and looping structure from 11th grade, if you are learning it well, it will be very easy one. You can just read it and understand the concept in this conditional statements and looping structure. So this 10th exercise is also of switch case only. So you can learn the switch case the program from your 11th standard book also. Okay, so if you are learning that from your 11th standard book, it will be easy when you are learning this. Okay, so here switch case means one case will be there. Here they have asked us to convert a word to digit. So case ONE, result will be 1. Number 1 will be there. Case TWO means the result will be 2. The number 2 will be there. Case THREE, the result will be 3. In between each case, we will give a break. Okay, so that's all about switch case. Okay, that much only. 3 lines if you are learning, you can write it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How much you need, you can write. That's all about switch case. Okay, so this program is a very easy one if you are knowing the format of the switch. Switch case, now I said you will have a case, one word will be there, and then result, one word will be there. In between each case, we'll give a break. Okay, that much only. You can give a number of statements. If and if else, I have said you so many times. If means one true block, one false block. If else means true block, else side false block will be there. If statement means only true block will be there. If else means if true block will be there, else false block will be there. And if it is else if means you can give if true block, else false block, and again in this false block you will be giving another one condition, and in that if it is true you will give a separate block. Again if it is false, again one condition you can give. So same like that, else if only. Here switch case also you can give a number of cases, and each case you can give some blocks, a block of statements, and in between each case you have to give a word termed break. Okay, if this inside this case each word you will give, right? So other than this word, if anything, if they are giving as a input means you have to give one default case. That means default you can give a statement there. If they are not typing these, in case you are giving case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4 means if they are typing other than this case 1, 2, 3, 4, if they are typing 5 or 9 means this default part will be executed, and the statements inside this default part will be given in the output screen. Okay, so that's the difference here in switch case and if else and all. Okay, so as I said you yesterday, and as I'm saying in this previous weeks, we'll be starting our 12th portion on Monday. Maximum we'll start. I'll just confirm it with our management, and I'll be starting, or I'll be taking some important portions from your 11th grade, or I'll be giving again some other basic things. I'll just discuss with the management. I'll let you know. So before starting our 12th syllabus, you have to be clear with the HTML basics, if statement, if else statement, else if statement, and switch case of branching or the conditional statements. And in looping statements, you have to be thorough with for loop, while loop, and do while loop. Okay, and HTML basic also, I have given you the page number in yesterday's class or interactive session. I have given you. If you cannot find HTML structure from your 11th book, you can just text me or you can call me and ask. I'll just give you the page number. You can just go through that. You just read it and go through that codings. Write it down in your note. Okay, first day I gave you the work of writing about computer, definition of computer, and the basic components of computer, input unit, output unit. What all you know about computer you can write, right? And the second class I have given you the work to write the conditional statements and looping structure. That is if else if switch case, and for loop, while loop, do while loop. For all this you have to write the definition, you have to write the syntax and example. Okay, example maybe of coding or any input coding instructions, and output also you can write as per your convenience. You can write it from your book or you can write it by your own also. Okay, and today's work I am giving you is you have to take this HTML structure uh, program, and you have to go through that head section. What is the head part? What is the body part? What are the tags used inside HTML? What is the opening tag of HTML? What is the opening tag of head part? What is the opening tag of body part? What is the opening tag of title part? What is the closing tag for this head, body, HTML, title? For each paragraph you are having one tag. So each tag you just find it from your book and you can write it in your note. Okay, you can write head tag, and inside the tag you can write head slash head closing tag, like that. You can write it like a hints and write one example using all these tags also. Okay, so writing this HTML is today's task. Okay, so 3 days I have given you 3 works. Before our interactive class you must finish all this and you have to show this to me during our interactive class. Everyone must attend the interactive session so that we'll be able to share our thoughts, and I can ask your opinions and feedbacks of this class also. If you are having any feedbacks, if I am going a little bit fast, if you cannot understand my way of talking, or if you are having any doubts in my pronunciation or in any word, means you can just note that point or note that time and you can just text me. I'll just explain the whole thing again. Okay, so try to attend the interactive sessions and watch all the classes. If I'm starting the 12th portion, I'll make sure that if everyone is watching the classes only, I'll continue, or daily I'll be having a Google Meet like interactive session only. I'll be taking class and I'll be asking you to attend at that time itself. So everyone must be attentive at that time. YouTube means it will be easy. You can watch the videos in your convenient time. You don't have to be online and at that specific time, right? So just try to attend the next interactive session so that we can discuss about your feedbacks of these introductory sessions, and we can move on to your 12th grade portions. Okay, so you know what are the topics coming here in your 12th standard computer application. You would have got a picture of what first you'll be learning, what all knowledge you'll be gaining from this 12th portion, right? And books I'll send you. I have the last year's edition books, book, online book, ebook is there. I'll send you the PDF in our group. So introductory part is over. Before seeing this 12th standard books, you just go through your 11th grade books and what all topics I have given you here. Now I have given you the introduction, right? After watching this week's class, you will have had the clear idea what all topics you will have. So go through your 11th grade computer application book and what all topics are related to which syllabus. You have seen the 12th standard. This is your 12th standard syllabus, right? So in this, what all topics are there in your 11th grade books, take that topics, take that lesson and read it once. Okay, in that lessons, if you need me to teach any specific topic means you can ask me and I'll teach that specific topics and then we'll start the 12th grade portions. Okay, thank you for your valuable time. Stay home, stay safe, take care, bye.